want to talk about the Stanford Prison Experiment of 1979. If you're a cult or a crime enthusiast, here's a little tidbit for you. Now, there weren't a lot of rules and regulations in place for research yet in 1979, and a lot of things had developed since then. The point of this is that there was a group and a psychology professor who decided they wanted to study research in jails and prisons and behaviors that happened because of that. This professor was named Philip Zimbardo. No idea what would actually happen whenever this study started taking place. Ads were put out to the public and people were able to apply and be selected for the study. About 24 men were ultimately selected. Of those 24, they had some be police officers and some were prisoners. The study was actually meant to last for about 2 weeks, but they ended after 6 days. Here's why. So what happened was these prisoners started getting abused by these fake cops. Now, whenever they were given these roles, they were given clothing that made them feel and look like prisoners. And they put them in a simulated jail cell. They literally had everything set up to make it seem like they were in prison. Some of the prisoners, again, these aren't real prisoners, started talking about how they wanted to end the experiment and to get them out. They did not want to do it anymore. They no longer consented. And this started to become a huge problem, not to mention all of the physical abuse that was starting to happen and the power dynamic that was starting to show itself. So this is exactly why it ended on the 6th day. Now, how does this apply to cults? It shows us a lot about what happens whenever people are put in positions of power over another person, particularly someone that they think should be underneath them. In cults, I feel like this happens a lot. Top people in this cult or church or ministry have so much more power over people that they believe that they're teaching and guiding. I think this is another reason it's so confusing and hard to understand why people we feel like we're good people or people we had an impression of being good, not admitting to allegations, not coming forward, they're even speaking out against people who have been victims. This often, I think, happens because of the power dynamic, not to mention all of the brainwashing that goes on inside cults to make a person feel like they truly are on the right side. What do you think about this?